If you haven't seen the movie Karen, then where have you been? This movie is something else entirely. What is supposed to be a serious social commentary somehow ends up feeling more like a unintentionally funny feel-good movie at times because of how bizarre and over the top everything is. The characters in this movie are so weird and awkward, and their line delivery is terrible. Also, the writer wants you to watch this movie because this movie is, I quote, a feel-good movie. Remember that, a feel-good movie, because this movie is not feel-good. This movie is stupid. So we have two black characters who are aware that racism exists, yet they are unbelievably nice and patient with Karen despite her being openly racist towards them. It makes no sense because they react to her behavior as if they've just discovered racism for the first time. Their responses feel completely unrealistic and don't reflect how actual people would handle that situation. And I also don't think the director has ever met a real life Karen before, because this movie feels like his exaggerated idea of how a Karen acts rather than an authentic portrayal. Instead of like creating a believable racist antagonist, he turns Karen into like a cartoon character, which makes the whole film feel ridiculous and undermines any message it was trying to deliver. So because this movie is boring and the pacing is absolutely wank, I'm going to spend more time discussing it and adding a bit of humor into it, because honestly injecting some jokes into this will make the review feel more entertaining rather than the film itself, and it will help me while reading this script without feeling so bored, and hopefully make this review more enjoyable for people. So let's get on with it. So the movie begins with a woman named Karen Drexler throwing water over a Black Lives Matter mural and trying to wipe it away. The title of the movie. The movie takes place in Atlanta, Georgia, where two married black couples move into a new neighborhood that is named after a Confederate soldier. We meet Karen. She's a single mother who notices her new black neighbors and just says hello.
Hi. She seems nice.
Yeah, I'm sure. Real nice.
She hasn't even done anything wrong at this point. She was just like simply saying hello.
You are a strong, beautiful, intelligent, and woke black man, which is why I married you.
Seriously, who talks like this? Nobody talks like this unless they are a robot. Karen installs a CCTV camera to spy on her new neighbours. And I forgot to mention, the couple's name are Imani and Malik. They notice the camera, but they don't really think too much of it. They just think that she's like very protective of the neighbourhood. Karen introduces herself to Malik. He asks her why there's so many cameras set up around the neighborhood, and Karen says this.
Just around your house and whatnot, and
So you've been looking at my house?
No. I mean, I just so happen to see you have so
You're
many.
casing the joint.
Casing?
We don't have any cash.
Excuse me? Joke.
Yes.
Okay.
What is this music? Why is it so creepy? What are we building up to? We are introduced to Karen's brother, who is a cop. I forgot his name in the movie, not that it matters anyway. He just shows up to say hi and then he fucks off. What was the point of having him here? Also, Karen's friend is like attracted to him as well. She goes like, oh, he's hot in that. Karen's friend asks Karen about her new neighbours and she's like, well, they're black. That's one way to describe them, Karen.
Hey, they're black.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Can you believe it? I talked to the husband for a couple minutes, but I didn't get anything out of him. They did leave their trash out on the curb.
After the trash had been picked up?
Yes.
That is not a good start.
Wow, really? I remember living in a neighborhood where my neighbors did the same thing and nobody cared. The only difference is that they were white, not black, so... Are you laughing or are you choking? What kind of laugh is that? That's not a natural laugh. What the hell? Imagine laughing like that. All black people laugh like... Apparently that's how black people laugh. Karen gets annoyed at the two black guys and tells them to keep the noise down, otherwise she'll snitch to the manager. They ignore her and she goes and tells on them. I don't know how she convinced the manager, but somehow she does, and they get kicked out of the restaurant. Bro, that edit was weird to me. I don't know why. Malik is in his car, smoking weed, vibing to music. Karen comes over to talk to him. She's like, try not to smoke weed because my kids could see it or smell it. They have like an awkward conversation.
We wanted to live in a nice neighborhood, not too far from the city, but affordable to live, you know?
You guys just seem to be migrating from the cities and infiltrating the suburban neighborhood. I'm just a curious woman. Can you blame me? I just want to know what my neighbors are up to.
That's right. Got it. My wife's a successful blogger, you know?
Oh, so she's the breadwinner.
Yeah, my wife's the shit. She's a strong black woman. Queen.
And does she wear the pants in the family as well?
Malik comes home and Imani can instantly smell the weed.
Wait a minute, we have a white entitled neighbor named Karen.
She says the most offensive shit with this little grin on her face.
They introduced the stereotype in a movie full of stereotypes. So they are aware that she is offensive, but they don't care. They act like it's no biggie and she won't do it again. Spoiler alert, she does it again. Karen's perverted son watches Malik and Imani awkwardly strip each other with curtains open. Like, close your fucking curtains, that's weird. Karen catches him and kicks him out of his room, and then Karen gets turned on when she watches Malik and Imani have sex.
Mom! I'm coming.
A racist that is turned on by two black people doing it. The writer probably thinks this is what Karens do during their free time. Right. So Malik and Imani have been trying for a baby, but the tests keep coming back negative. They hear a noise and decide to explore in the dark. It's something that you would never do in reality. But don't worry, Malik has a gun with him, and it turns out it was a cat that was making a noise. They acknowledge that the CCTV camera Karen installed is pointed right at their house, even though they saw her install it.
It's looking right at us, babe.
Yeah, but you knew that before. Also, here's Karen spying on them in the middle of the night. So dramatic. Imani meets Karen, introduces herself, and brings her a pie. And she tells Karen about the CCTV camera pointing directly at their house. And she asks her to reposition it. Karen makes an excuse saying she points the cameras everywhere for safety. She has cameras everywhere for safety. Imani asks her to move it, and Karen tells her to close the curtains when they're having sex because her son saw them.
We can get together for tea sometime.
Absolutely. You're just a sweetheart, aren't you?
Well, just let me know your schedule.
Did she just... What?
She doesn't give a fuck, and she throws the pie in the bin. What a waste.
Intelligent, sexy, college educated, socially aware. Top of that, a strong, beautiful black woman.
Who talks like this? They sound like a bunch of NPCs. Karen carries on spying on them while smoking a cheeky fag. Next morning, Malika and Karen's son play basketball together.
I put that D on you. Come on, what?
Excuse me, you'll put your what in him? Karen's son leaves and Karen talks to Malik and she asks him to put antifreeze in her car. Karen tries to inappropriately touch him, which makes him very, very uncomfortable. And he ends up spilling it on himself.
Follow my shirt. Look.
No, don't do
good
that.
now. I'm fine.
Come on in the house.
Totally fine.
Please, it's the least I can do. Come use my sink.
He can wash his hands in his own house. He lives next door. Why is there dramatic music when he's just going into the bathroom to wash his hands? So while walking through the house, Malik notices a room with monitors showing 4 different CCTV angles of his and Imani's house. But he freaks out, but then he goes and washes his hands. So he washes his hands and sees a soap bottle with a Confederate flag on it and some pictures of Confederate soldiers. He freaks out and he runs away from Karen's racist house and tells Imani what he has just seen.
Washing my hands, there was a Confederate soap dispenser and Confederate soldiers on the fucking wall, baby. I saw this shit, okay? But that's a whole other thing. I found a control room and saw where she can look right into our house, babe.
You knew that when she installed the cameras. Their solution to this is to install CCTV cameras pointing at Karen's house. The cameras are provided by a Snoop Dogg lookalike who flirts with her, but she turns him down because she is married and so is he. It's unclear why he did that in the first place. Their idea is so stupid. So their way of solving the situation is get a camera. We should spy at Karen because that'll make it better. Next scene, we are at the Home Office Association where Karen rants to her work colleagues about her new neighbours. And this girl says this.
Let's be real. African Americans do make significantly less than any other race, except for maybe Mexicans. But these are our new neighbors. Clearly, they can afford to live here.
The character is so poorly written. She tries to come across as like offensive or edgy, but it doesn't land well, and at times it even feels like she's second guessing herself, as if she's thinking, was that supposed to be a good line or not?
What happens is it starts with weed. Next thing you know, we have criminals coming into our neighborhood. Then we've got pimps and prostitutes. Then you're having black babies, can you imagine? You know how these people are.
Why would having black babies be worse than being a criminal or prostitute? Karen, the logic behind that is stupid. The only person who is angry at Karen's comments is the Asian lady, who is poorly written too in this movie, and everyone else is just lost and confused, like they don't know what to do.
Meeting adjourned.
I'm sorry, but how can you not laugh at this? The editing and the death stares, and she's like, black people. Jesus Christ, like, oh my god. Imani is running and Karen creeps up behind her and basically apologizes to Imani and wants to get to know Imani better. Imani is like having a housewarming party and Karen invites herself to the housewarming party, and Imani is like, just stupidly says yes. Yeah, you can come. Like, why did you invite her? She's a fucking racist. Karen comes to the house and, oh, look, she's made a fruit cake. That's most likely poisoned. The black guy from the restaurant sees Karen.
What's her name?
Karen.
Right, but what's her real name?
Karen, I just told you that.
So Karen is a Karen. Boy, God has a sense of humor.
Karen.
There she is, slaving away in the kitchen.
Hey, Karen.
Oh my god, we are not going there. Are we? Why? You think that's bad? Just listen to this conversation.
Or his wallet, like his life didn't even matter.
Huh. Black lives matter.
That's right.
Don't all lives matter?
Here we go. Here we fucking go.
Why do only black lives matter?
All lives are not in danger anytime there's an interaction with law enforcement.
Okay, well, I come from a family of law enforcement, and I know that bad things happen to people that don't comply.
Bad things happen to black people, you mean?
Feel free, pull the race card.
Race card?
It sounds like a bunch of parents on Facebook in a comment thread arguing about Karen being offensive. That's exactly what they're doing right now.
That's your problem. You think all black people are the same. We're not angry. We're fed up.
The problem is I can't tell the difference.
A very distinct one. Since the first ship landed on the coast of Africa some 400 years ago, we've been oppressed and held captive on this foreign land.
And here we go with the whole slavery thing.
Karen, you are out of line.
Literally just having you guys always bring up slavery. I'm not kidding. This is so long ago. I've never owned a slave in my entire life.
Yes, but your ancestors did.
Bottom line, guys, if you don't like it here, go back.
Imani.
I know people like this exist and say things like that, but when me and my friend watched this scene, we generally were offended by what Karen said. It also felt like the writer was making a mockery out of that conversation overall. They kicked Karen out because she's being offensive and making everyone uncomfortable. Nice earrings.
I didn't mean anything by it at all. I'm not even a racist.
Malik gets angry at Imani for inviting Karen, and Imani gets mad at him about his weed habit, and they're in financial troubles even though they got a mortgage and they wanted to have a baby as well. Why would they want to do that if they're not financially stable? Imani says that they can't have a kid right now because there's so much racism happening in the world. She's only just realized this, even though it's been going on long before she was born.
You know what? Get your shit together.
Get my
Wow. Coming from a guy who said he stopped smoking weed and he's still carrying on smoking it. So Karen comes out of nowhere and basically apologizes to Malik because she's into him, but it doesn't stop her from being racist to him. So Karen comes out of the car and does this.
Ugh, trash day's tomorrow, not today.
Why does she run like that? Like she needs to go for a shit. What the hell? Imani, thinking that a dog did this, puts the rubbish bin back in place. Karen's daughter comes out and introduces herself to Imani. They start talking and she mentions that she has a black boyfriend, but she can't tell her mum because her mum doesn't like black people. Imani says this.
She doesn't like black people.
Well, I'm black.
I know, she doesn't like you either.
There's nothing in there, is there? Imani, is there anything in there? Imani is shocked by this realization. It highlights what I mean about the characters reacting to a behaviour as if they've just discovered racism for the first time. Karen comes out and gets mad at her daughter for helping Imani out with the trash and tells Imani to stay away from her family.
I'm just saying, if I ever catch you talking to her again.
Okay, whoa, Karen. Let's
Leave my fucking family alone.
get off my property, Karen.
No problem.
The dialogue is so bad, it's so bad. Karen approaches three guys and asks them for their ID. She then acts in a stereotypical Karen way, escalating the situation and calling the police.
Hey, yeah,
You're
please
working.
get this on camera. Please get this on
But
camera.
I've come across some very suspecting teenagers.
Suspecting?
Hey, look, we was just walking to the homie's house, then this racist-ass bitch rode up and started to harass us.
That is really rude. I am not racist. Yep.
Aggressive?
I'm really scared.
You're like,
Megan, really? I'm actually.
Because we're black?
I don't know. They're coming at me.
She's we're literally standing right here.
Then Karen's brother is also a racist too and wrongfully arrests the three guys.
I left my wallet with my ID at home. If you take me down there, I can get it for you.
Shut your mouth, boy.
Leave us alone. We didn't do anything.
That's it. You're all under arrest.
For what?
Trespassing.
They didn't even do anything, they were just walking in the neighbourhood and Karen was just being mean to them for no reason. Imani witnesses the arrest, films it and then goes home to tell Malik about what happened. They have a conversation about black people experience and talk about situations like this, which is not how black people talk about racism, in my opinion. And Imani finally realises Karen's a racist.
We are living next door to a racist. We're in a neighborhood with people who don't want us here.
Baby, that's not everybody.
Which feels obvious in hindsight. They didn't even notice the red flags in Karen's earlier comments. Karen stares at them from afar. She has way too much time on her hands. Karen and her brother talk about their origin story about why they hate black people so much. It's a horrible conversation about how they became the racists.
Do you remember that black family that moved into our neighborhood when we were little?
How could I forget? He's constantly getting in fights, that kid.
And then 2 families came, and then 3 families, and then the drugs, and then the whole neighborhood went bad. I swear those kids the other day, they were casing. They were so angry. It was really frightening.
And also Karen's brother sits like a fucking toddler, like he's just been disciplined by his parents. Next scene, the HOA officials tell Karen she can no longer work for the HOA because she wrongfully reported 3 men to the police. It turns out that one of the boys' father is a civil rights lawyer who has now sued both the HOA and the police department over Karen's actions.
I am not going down without a fight, you hear me? All you will get fired.
I started to notice a pattern with Karen. They seem to be turning her into some kind of supervillain, which feels over the top and unrealistic. Most Karen's stereotypes aren't actually this extreme. So we get news reports from a woman covering the incident with noticeably bad green screen effects. Imani has uploaded the video online and it has gone viral. It shows the 3 men getting arrested. The civil rights lawyer then gives a speech about what happens, and here's Karen enjoying 60 seconds of fame.
Officer Wynn has a long history of battery charges and police misconduct. This social injustice must come to an end. We cannot and will not tolerate this. Black Lives Matter.
Also, Karen vomits when she hears the word Black Lives Matter, and it's never explained why she does that. This is what I'm talking about, trying to turn her into a supervillain.
Man, I told you she was crazy.
But I had no idea her ass was this crazy, Justice.
But you were aware of the racist comments she made to you, your wife, and your friends. How dumb are you? Karen follows Malik and tells her brother to arrest Malik, and they put on this really bad song. I don't know if they took this song out of context or not. And the police officer is playing this in his car.
Hey, pass the beans and rice. How did we go from whips and chains to whips and chains?
Even if a black man played this in his car, it would be weird. Who would be listening to a song called Whips and Chains? So they stop Malik and he complies with the officers, but they seem to be just looking for an excuse to arrest him. Karen's brother plants weed in his car to frame him, which leads to Malik headbutting him. Karen's brother then tries to escalate things further, but he's stopped by the good cop and Malik is arrested. This scene comes across as unrealistic, and it feels like the character had plot armor, making it difficult to understand what the message the writer was trying to convey here. To me, it comes across as triggering to people who have experienced or witnessed something like this in real life. The good cop realizes the situation and understands that Karen's brother is acting out of racism. The good cop realizes that Karen's brother is a racist, obviously. Karen's brother talks like Batman for some reason, and he says something about being a part of a brotherhood that protects each other in a corrupted system. Next morning, Imani gets angry at Malik for his weed problem and what it has led him to, but they make up realizing that it was a wrongful arrest and Karen set this up. Karen is on top of Imani's car.
What the hell are you doing, Karen? Why are you on my car?
I wouldn't react like that. If she sat in my car without my permission, I would throw a bucket of water on her and it would be freezing.
I have something to admit to you that I do have an axe to grind with you people, and I've just taken it all out on you. When I was a little girl, we got pushed out of our neighborhood when the whole crack epidemic started. Sorry, it's so emotional.
Basically tells Imani to get out of her neighborhood, even though this movie is set in Georgia, which has a large black population and significant black community. And this movie, right, portrays Karen as living in a state that is entirely white, which doesn't match reality at all. Imani has had enough of Karen's racism and decides to see the civil rights lawyer the next morning to do something about her. And Karen is watching them, of course. So they get information about who Karen is and why she's a racist, and we find out that Karen's husband was killed by a black vigilante, and Karen used to be a teacher but was fired for her racist comments. Her brother is a part of a secret society within the police, which feels unrealistic because they don't need a secret society, because the police protect their own anyway. We only see one racist cop in this movie. We don't see any other racist cops, which makes the story feel like we're focusing on individuals rather than addressing the wider systematic issue. At times, it feels like the film is avoiding that bigger point. Like, he can just be a police officer. Malik and Imani get a knock on the door, and surprise, surprise, Karen's brother with a search warrant. He searches the property and claims to find a gun in Malik's possession, which is stupid because guns are pretty much, isn't guns like legal in Georgia? You don't need a license for a gun in Georgia. They arrest Malik with dramatic music. It's so stupid. They wanted him out of the house so they can have Karen kill Imani. So Imani tells the lawyer who goes to help save Malik. Another death stare from Karen is so stupid. Like, she has a gun on her as well and she's armed. Black people. She cuts the power off and prepares to kill Imani. This is so silly. I can't.
Come on, girlfriend. Come on, girlfriend. Let's do this.
Wow, Karen, you're so good at aiming.
Reported shots fired at EED Miranda Way.
No, not the Dunkin' Donuts. What a waste.
You ain't so tough now without your gun, huh, girlfriend?
Okay, what is this music for a fight scene? The editing in this movie has been atrocious. You're just shaking Karen's head left and right. And what is this dialogue? It's so cringy. Karen sucks at aiming, it shows. Karen's arms are free and the gun is right next to her. She could have easily shot Imani. I'm not encouraging anything, but if I was Imani, I would try to make sure Karen couldn't reach the gun so easily, just to stay safe. You want to run, Imani? She has the gun on her.
What you had to do, Imani?
Karen, you got shot in the leg. You haven't been drugged. So the brother comes and they prepare to shoot Imani, but they have no idea who's going to shoot her. And you can tell that this was not a premeditated murder.
Their officer involved shooting. Gets these people all riled up.
Fine, I'll fucking shoot.
Karen and her brother come up with like a shitty alibi, and the good cop finds out that they shot an innocent woman. The cops shoot each other. The good cop gets shot in the chest by the racist cop, and the racist cop gets shot in the head by the good cop. And I found this scene so funny.
No!
And Karen's brother is dead. Karen prepares to shoot the good cop, but Imani kills her, and I'm sorry, but the way Karen fell is so funny to me. It looks like she just tripped over a fucking box or a toy.
To the car when my brother's dead! I told you we weren't going anywhere, bitch.
And everyone is saved and they get taken to the hospital. We get a speech from this guy about racism, police brutality, bigotry, violence and discrimination. And the guy in the trumpet is just blaring all over this guy. I can't hear shit what he is saying.
This is merely putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. More importantly, we want to send a strong message.
You can see why he's shouting so loud, because the trumpet is too loud and it just gets louder and louder.
That we are tired of being disrespected and brutalized and marginalized. Your silence is compliance.
I'm sorry, what?
Your silence is compliance.
Silent and compliant. Most characters in this movie challenged and questioned Karen's antics on why she hates black people so much, and Imani was saved by a cop and she saved him from death. Who the hell was silent and compliant, may I ask? Imani's the head of HOA. Yeah, Karen's raging in hell, like her legacy is destroyed because of this. They changed the name from a Confederate officer to an activist in the civil rights movement who was in the civil rights movement. R.I.P. John Lewis. Imani finally got pregnant and they look at the camera and yay, we killed racism in this movie and you're not going to do anything about it. And then we get a James Bond ending, like what the hell is this? I watched Karen with a good friend of mine, and while we both found it boring and slow paced for like large portions of its runtime, some scenes unintentionally kept us entertained because Karen came across as goofy. They made Karen in the movie so fucking goofy. The film is widely considered a terrible movie because it relies on exaggerated stereotypes, poor writing, nonsensical plot development while attempting to tackle the highly sensitive issue of racism. Instead of offering throughout a nuanced social commentary, it completely butchers the premises of what it was trying to explore. Karen in the movie lacks depths of a real person and is reduced to like a cartoonish parody rather than an authentic portrayal. The writing and directing are equally weak, and unrealistic dialogue and the plot that awkwardly jumps from racial harassment to an absurd home invasion thriller. I also felt like the movie exploited black trauma, and it seemed more interested in cashing in on a Karen meme and profiting from racial tensions than saying anything meaningful. Because of that, it comes across as insulting and even triggering for people who have experienced racism in real life or have lost their lives to it. The execution was so poor that some of like supposedly serious moments became unintentionally funny. The final showdown in particular felt ridiculous. Rather than a suspenseful thriller and scenes like everyone yelling just calm down, only added to the absurdity rather than delivering a powerful message. The film ends up feeling exploitative, poorly made and unintentionally comedic. I think that's what his approach was, trying to make it a satire, feel-good movie. Thank you, Coke Daniels. My friend and I felt like we had taken Coke while watching this, just to keep ourselves entertained. Otherwise, we probably would have turned this movie off about 15 minutes in. The film was unintentionally funny, and the absurd at times that laughing at it became more entertaining than actually watching it. There's an interview where Coke Daniels speaks out while defending Karen, and a lot of people called him out over it. One of the biggest criticism was he hired a person who played Karen, as she's faced controversies over criticizing Black Lives Matter movements and was viewed by some people as a Trump supporter. Daniels denied that she's a Trump supporter and that they were trying to cancel her, and that denied that he didn't cast her for her political beliefs. However, many people found that the explanation hard to buy, considering Karen is such a politically charged movie. It just seems like a strange coincidence that he happened to cast someone surrounded by political controversy in a film built around race and politics. The actress has also received a lot of backlash herself because there were people trolling her over the role. I think she said something about she liked the material. In the end of the day, she's an actress just doing a job, trying to pay her bills. Just like any other shitty movie you watch, like we're all doing it for the money. So he defended her by saying that she liked the material and she did an excellent job of playing Karen. He also had to address the criticism on TMZ after people accused him of trying to copy Get Out. Personally, I don't see the comparison. This movie was nowhere near Get Out in terms of quality, execution, writing or social commentary. I can guarantee you that. It is not the same. So Coke Daniels said that Karen was supposed to be a feel-good satire that would make the audience laugh, cry and feel angry. Well, I didn't cry. There were some parts of the movie that did make me and my friend laugh, but I don't think that was always intentional. And as for whether it was a feel-good film, that's all for debate. I was angry because many viewers, including myself and my friends, saw it as exploitative and offensive because it seemed to use serious issues like racism and racial trauma for shock values rather than providing a meaningful commentary. Instead of feeling uplifting or insightful, the movie often came across as clumsy, tone deaf. For me, it felt less like a feel-good satire and more like a film that struggled to balance the message with its execution. After I watched this, I was like, I can't be the only one who finds this movie stupid. It's not just the fact that it's boring, but it gives a poor message about Black Lives Matter. There's so many movies that talk about Black Lives Matter, but this movie is not it. A lot of people actually thought the same thing about Karen, saying that Karen was a very exploitative and offensive movie. And I wouldn't recommend this movie because this movie is terrible. It's boring, it's rubbish, it's so bad. I watched the movie about 5 times now and I don't want to watch it again. So this will be the last time I watch Karen, and after that I don't want to fucking talk about Karen again. So that is the end, guys. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, subscribe and share, and let me know what you think about Karen in the comment section below, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.